Elway played the same ball that Tom Brady
No.
played into 2010.
I disagree. Because the receivers have no fear.
And they're all throwing bubble routes. And
Yes.
yeah,
But you can go over the middle now. It's a walk in the park.
no question.
30 years, you could get killed.
10 years ago, I got killed going
Yeah.
across the middle. But Wes Welker, if you remember, do you remember the helmet that Wes Welker had to wear when he was in Denver in 2013? It looked like an astronaut helmet because he had so many concussions they had to just keep adding padding. This thing was out to here. The league didn't change. I wanted to defend Tom a little bit. The league didn't change until halfway through his career.
Disagree.
I think.
Disagree. Again, just because in the 60s, cornerbacks could be a lot more physical with receivers down the field.
Didn't change from Elway's time is what I'm talking about. These guys, so Elway played the same ball that Tom Brady
No.
played into 2010.
I disagree. And I can't point, because I once wrote a story about this and broke down the little changes and that went on in these little 10-year windows or whatever. But they just started manipulating the game for points. 70s, 80s, 90s, and each little decade had a different little tweak that favored the offense.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, now there is some similarity. Elway at the end of his last 10 years and maybe Brady in his first 10 years, maybe the rules were more the same, but this game has changed tremendously. I can remember it was Lyle Alzado or somebody. He did something, I think, to Dan Pastorini, a quarterback you probably never heard of, but I mean, the way he just dropped him on his head, he would be arrested right now. The stuff they used to be able to do, and the way receivers had to feel, and even the gloves they've given these receivers now.
Got it.
It's like, because they used to outlaw stick 'em.
Yep.
People used to wear it, and they outlawed it. Now they've done just the reverse and given everybody gloves so they can make all these one-handed catches. Odell Beckham Jr. is not more talented than Bob Hayes or Drew Pearson or Lynn Swann. He got better gloves. All these guys, I see everybody's making these one-handed catches.
Mm-hmm. Gloves are unbelievable.
Yeah.
I benefited from that. The 5-yard illegal contact rule came in 1978. So Elway got his entire career under those rules. And so there are a lot of similarities. I don't think...
Emphasis, though, I'm just telling you, they didn't call it the way they do now. It became a point of emphasis at some point.
I want to go back.
Yeah.
I'm a slot receiver that made a living between the hashes and typically didn't go past 12 yards. And I paid for it over and over and over again. One year I had about 90 catches and probably 5 concussions, right? And it's the same thing every time. And you got to have the guts to do it. And either it's worth it to you or it's not. And you have guys that are counting on people like that to make the sport worth playing. A lot of these defensive guys right now, if you're growing up, this is what's killing the game. Maybe defensive end because they're making so much money now. But if you're growing up, is there a position on defense you really want to play? Why?
Corner.
You're just waiting, maybe corner. You're just waiting to get fined, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
All these guys, it's like, I can't hit the quarterback. If I hit him too hard, I don't set him down gently, I'm going to lose a big paycheck. I can't hit anybody going across the middle. If I hit him too high, that's a problem. If I hit him too low, I end his career. It's a miserable time. And again, the guys who got to experience this game, and I'm one of them, the targeting in college came my senior year, and all of us had to adjust, because I used to block guys up high. There was a game where we had some sort of sweep, and there was this middle linebacker that was killing me all game, and I launched and took his head off. Coming across, he didn't see me coming, and that was reviewed by the SEC to get me ejected and kicked out of the next game. I ended up being okay, but I'm saying that was an adjustment for everybody. Those were things that you did that made the game fun and interesting. I got pounded. I was always the nail, and every once in a while, I got an opportunity to be the hammer, and I didn't pass that up, right? And that was the fun of the game. And then at the end of the game, you would shake hands and say, "This is the sport we love. Thanks for playing hard."